to Ignite Success. I'm your host, Snowden McFall, 25-year professional speaker, 6-time author and coach. And with me today is Miss Money Sense, Teneshia LaFaye. Welcome, Teneshia.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So how did you get the name Miss Money Sense? Where's that come from?
So it's kind of funny. Whenever people give their opinion, they give their 2 cents, right?
Right.
And because my name is Teneshia, I decided to give my 10 cents. Because people always ask, how do you pronounce your name? So I said Teneshia, like the number 10. So when I started blogging, I said, I'll be different and say my 10 cents. And then I started talking about money. And so I was like, why don't I just do Miss Money Sense?
There you go.
So that's where it came from.
So tell us about what you do and what your background is.
Gotcha. So my background is I was a teen mother, and I was told
How old?
I was 17
Okay.
at Rains High School, and I was told that I would never be a role model ever again. Well, that's not true.
Who told you that?
Actually, one of the school advisors told me that.
Oh,
yeah, because I was on the
sorry to hear
student
that.
council. But when people tell me what I cannot do, I love it. I love it. So I went on to be an honor graduate at my high school. And then I went on to graduate from FSCJ and then the University of Florida.
Awesome.
And I was actually an award-winning sports writer in my early 20s. And then I realized that most people retire and they don't have any money.
Right.
And that as a journalist, it was a dying industry and there was no pension. And so I realized, wow, I'm not going to die with this industry and I don't want to be broke when I retire. So let me learn how to make more money and then how to manage my money. So I just started educating myself on how to make more money and how to manage my money.
Okay, so you started as a sports writer after getting your degrees.
Right.
And what kind of sports did you cover?
So I started out covering, it's funny, I graduated from University of Florida.
Right.
So I was a diehard Gator, and my first job was in Tallahassee, helping to cover FSU. So I can be very objective because at the time the Gators were not doing well and FSU was kicking our butts and I had to interview them.
Oh, okay.
And so that was my first job as a sports writer. I was actually covering all the high schools in the Big Bend. So that's anywhere from Jefferson County throughout Tallahassee all the way down to Chattahoochee and Glade Central, Quincy and all that. And so, but I covered FSU and FAMU on the weekends. Then I came to Jacksonville and I did the local colleges and I also helped cover the Jaguars on Sunday.
Okay, terrific. So you did a wide range, but it was mostly sounds like football and what have you. So how did you discover, what did you find to be the biggest techniques for helping people be financially solvent?
Gotcha. So the first thing I do is I educate. So the most important thing is financial literacy. Okay. Because you have to know better in order to do better. Okay. And so that's why I have my books. My books teach
These are your 2 books.
The mistakes that I made with money. Because, I made good grades in school, but they never taught us how to manage our money in school. I remember a home economics class that taught us how to write a check. But the class didn't teach us how to balance our checkbook. The class didn't teach us about credit, how to live on a budget, how to save for a rainy day, how to invest for the future. None of that. So that's just something that I was always intrigued about when I was 19, 20 years old. And I'll never forget when I was interning at the newspaper in Memphis, I was asking the business editor, what should I invest in? And he's like, I wish I was thinking like you when I was 20 years old.
Right. That's right. So it says, Mom's Money Lessons, Making Sense Out of Your Dollars. What were some of the mistakes that you made that you recommend to people not to make?
Right. So maxing out your credit cards, for instance. Right. So whenever I used to get a credit card, I'm like, ooh, free money. It's not free money. No. Why are people so excited when they get a credit card? Because guess what? If you spend it, you have to pay it back. And I don't think psychologically people are thinking like that. They're just thinking, oh, it's free money. No, you have to pay it back and you cannot max it out.
Well, and the worst thing is that they send credit cards to college students now just to use them. Right. And they're not prepared for how to handle it and what to do with it.
And what they're going to do is max it out. Right. And that's the worst thing you could do because if you want to get a home, you have to have a 20 to 30% debt to income ratio. Right. So if you're maxing it out, you're at 100%. Right. So your credit utilization ratio is basically your limit. And then how much are you using up to your limit? So if you're using 100% and it should be at 20 to 30%, you're in trouble and you're going to have a very low credit score.
So, and then what my mom taught me about money, what age group is this book for?
I would say from 10 years old till about 15, before they start working. Okay. They should get this book because it teaches them how to have the right part-time job and how to do something you love. Because I remember when I was going to college, I hated getting out of bed to go to work. Like, I have to go to work because I hated my part-time job. So my book teaches them, don't get a job that you hate.
Right.
Get it with your interests. Whatever you're interested in, do something according to your interests. So if you like gadgets or whatever, work at a place with gadgets. If you like movies, work at the movie theater.
Right.
If you like people and socializing or whatever, you may want to work at a coffee shop or a clothing store or whatever. Also start your own business.
Right.
So yeah.
At a young age. Okay.
Right.
Terrific. And so what do people do to work with you now? What do you do in the community? Because I know you do a lot.
Right, exactly. I do a lot of financial workshops.
Okay.
So I have one coming up for youth. Honestly, I haven't set the date yet. I'm deciding on should it be during Christmas break or should I just wait until January? And I got a great call yesterday. I got a call from my high school, Rains, where the counselor said I wouldn't be a role model
Right,
anymore.
that's right.
I got a call yesterday from one of the advisors asking me to come and do an ongoing class for the adults in the community and also to teach the teenagers after school. So that was pretty cool. So
That's
but
awesome.
I do financial literacy workshops in the community. And then I also sit down with individuals, spouses, and I do a free financial needs analysis. And that's where we see their cash flow, their budget. And then from there, we can see, like, are they in the red or are they in the black? How much do they need for their emergency fund? What is their debt looking out like? And help them get out of debt. Do they have life insurance? Do they have the right type of life insurance? And do they have the right amount of life insurance?
Okay.
And wills and trusts? And
how can people find you? Because we're running out of time.
Okay,
Sorry to say
gotcha.
that. How can people find you?
First of all, I would love for them to like my Miss Money Sense page on Facebook and follow me on Instagram. So that's MISS Money Sense, SENSE. And then I also have a website, MissMoneySense.com, MissMoneySense.com. And they can schedule an appointment with me.
Well, thanks so much for all you're doing, Teneshias.
You're welcome. And thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
This is awesome. Spreading financial literacy. This is my passion because I don't want anyone to struggle like I used to struggle financially. I was a teen mom and I don't want anyone to get at the end of their life and be broke like most people.
Thanks so much.